Hi there, I'm Mark Johnson, the owner of Artisan Restoration Company. And because we do a lot of work on log homes, I'm uh, called upon often to inspect a home that has been purchased by someone because, well, let's face it, regular home inspectors don't have a lot of experience with these types of structures. So, anyway, I'm over here in River Falls, Wisconsin, looking at this home, which I think is in really good condition. The people who had it before really took good care of it. Does have a couple of issues on this side here. This is the north facing side, and the owner's already done a little bit of caulking on the corners over here. Um, a lot of the caulking has failed for one of two reasons. It's either a poor product to begin with, or it was poor installation because they did not use the backer foam. Um, uh, this wall has got flashing, wooden flashing over all the tops of the windows. All the windows have a rather wide board around them, and normally they have metal flashing over them, but this look here with the metal or with the wooden flashing boards looks good. However, the other end of the house it doesn't have the extra board on top to shed the water, and it just has caulking. So the owner's going to have to keep an eye on that and make sure that that doesn't cause any problems. Other than that, there's caulking failure here. It, this one here faces down. It really didn't need to be caulked in the first place. This one here is up facing though, and that needs to be addressed. Overall condition of the logs is pretty good. The ends are kind of porous. A lot of times these will get sanded down so that it closes the grain and it's easier to waterproof them. But here's another spot where we've got caulking failure. But otherwise, it's an overall good condition. But as you go around the corner here, you can see that the logs have got a little bit more checking and cracking because this side of the house faces the west, and the south and western exposures usually cause the stain finish to deteriorate because of the ultraviolet rays, and they affect the finish. But over on this side here, on the south side, there's a couple of things going on here. The bottom part of the house is has got log siding on it, and then right around floor level, it switches over to log construction up there, and they've got this funky log siding on here which provides a small amount of overlap between each of the siding pieces. But as it got up to the last piece up there, it looks like they butted them together, and there's no overlap between those pieces. So there's caulking failure there, and that's going to need to be monitored and watched. And the other thing is that there's no metal flashing up here. This obviously has a ton of caulking in behind it someplace to keep it from running inside the door, but all the doors and the windows here have that issue. This one's actually caulked tight and fastened tight, but the other door there is a little shorter, and it doesn't have that seal on it. But you can see how the stain here is beginning to wear off of the upper half of the logs. Down here we still have a decent amount of finish, but up on the top half it's totally worn off and almost down to bare wood. So seeing as this is the south wall, it's not surprised to see it's got such deterioration of the stain. But well, the box elder beetles are out in full force today. Over there, these angled post braces that hold up the deck. What they do is they funnel water back to the logs, obviously, and at the center brace, there's already a small amount of rot that's starting to occur there, and that needs to be repaired by using some epoxy, wood filler, and consolidant that goes on beforehand, so that we can repair damage that's done, and then needs to be monitored and sealed, so that as time goes by, it doesn't start leaking and cause further deterioration. Over here on this side of the house, everything really looks pretty good. It's got some of the same issues with failed chinking around the corners and at some of the checks. It just needs to be monitored and repaired. Caulking is a relatively easy task, as long as you just take your time at it and you do it properly. By that I mean you need to use a backer foam in the caulking joint, which controls the amount of material that you put in there and actually shapes the caulking to make it a little thinner in the center, because the backer foam is round, by the way. And anyhow, it forces, say in a new application where there's no caulking in the joint, by putting the foam in there, it'll create a joint that's thicker on each edge and thinner in the center. And it's really a lot like the design of a bungee cord. I wish I'd invented those things. But anyway, bungee cords are thicker on each end where it has the hook and it needs to attach to something. And they're thinner in the middle so that they can stretch. And that's exactly the way that chinking joints should be engineered and designed. So anyhow, that's it for this inspection. I'll see you at the next one.